Hello, welcome to episode 105 of the Wee Podcast. It is Clark here with Phil.
Hello.
So this week we are going to start by looking at Destiny's new drop, Season of Dawn. And we're going to follow that up with obviously our part 2, which is going to be our What's Trending. A couple of fun things this week. One thing we have touched on very recently, we're both very excited about.
Oh yes.
And then part 3, we have 3 episodes this week of End of the Fin World.
Nice.
So
Nice.
so we'll do our reviews of those, so we hope you enjoy this week. So we're on to obviously season 9 of Old Destiny now.
It's too
She's
much.
getting old.
It's too much.
She's getting old.
Too old now for Destiny. Can't play it anymore.
So obviously this season we've got Season of Dawn, and that starts here on the 10th. So next week.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
So what do you make of what you've read? Obviously we should probably go through the past.
Well,
Excuse me.
bless you. So in the Season of Dawn, we've got the new seasonal PvE mode, the Sundial, which looks kind of fun. And then the Sundial Nurul, the Hollow Voice, and then
Must be
obviously,
the bad guy.
yeah. So obviously you've got, well, we'll go into them later on, but for the free to all Destiny 2 players, you've got the new seasonal artifact, which is the Lantern of Osiris. Don't know how bright that's going to be, but we'll see.
The old busted, probably.
Yeah, probably. And then there's a solar subclass update, which makes all the solar subclasses just nuts. To use in PvP. I know the hammers for like the throwing hammer, not the actual super, but just the actual melee for the throwing hammer. Yeah, it looks pretty mad.
It's a one hit kill. It's so stupid.
But I'm a Titan, so I don't care.
It's so stupid. So you can now shoulder up close.
Mm-hmm.
You can hammer from distance.
Well, you could still do it now. It just makes you like without the buffs. You don't have to have the buffs on now, so you can just do it without the buffs.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You just need to throw it. Be accurate with it, basically.
Just
as well.
hit them.
Yeah,
Just hit them anywhere.
but again, if people aren't accurate with it, then they're not gonna do it.
Back of the legs. Oh, dead.
I don't know. I think is it anywhere in the body? Is it?
It's just death. Yeah. It's like a
It's
hit.
just death. And then they got the PvP mode elimination. And they've got a new map. Well, not a new map, a reprise map called Rusted Lands. If you don't remember that one.
I do
back in
remember it very
yeah.
well.
I quite enjoyed that back in the day. And then Tangled Shore and Mars obelisks are open. So,
What the hell's an obelisk?
we'll find out. I suppose, won't we?
It's not been announced. No, I
I don't think it has been announced, but I think it'll be. I don't know. I suppose we'll see what happens whenever it comes to.
So it runs from December to March,
Mm-hmm.
and everything you've just read is out on launch day,
Well, they're on launch day, yeah.
which is the 10th, as we've said.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have to wait a week.
Yeah.
on
So
the
the next
17th.
reset, yeah, for the 17th.
So there's more obelisks open on Nessus and the EDZ. Then we have a new boss, the Sundial. Obviously, I had to pick this one, didn't I? Ozletic. How do they even say that? OZLETC. Ozletic.
Yeah.
The Sky Piercer, and then the quest Save a Legend. For anyone that hasn't watched the trailer, that legend, spoiler alert from like 2 seconds from now, is Saint 14.
Oh yes.
The basis, I suppose we should probably say first would be that the timeline is broken because we killed the Undying Mind, which is great. So
Again, not our fault either, because we were
No.
told to do that.
yeah.
Now we've just completely broken timeline. We're just buggered.
So essentially it's broken on Mercury. It literally specifically says Mercury.
Mhm.
And Osiris is basically calling us in for help. He says we can use his sundial, which is a wee machine he made to try and save
Yeah. Well, you.
viewers, Saint 14, or help him out.
Yeah, he says because it's his greatest regret that he just didn't help him out at the time,
Didn't
and now he can bring him back. But again, we have said before that once you bring sort of time into things, it sort of gets a bit messy.
Yeah, it muddies it
So-
up, because then realistically, is anyone dead? Is anyone
Yeah, exactly.
you
could,
ever killed anyone properly?
yeah.
But
But then what's stopping us from going back to the Red War and being like, well, Cade's still alive back then, so
bring him forward.
yeah.
Vanguard's back.
And just say don't go into that forsaken place, and there you go.
Yeah, don't be at that.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I think it depends. Like if he comes through, because it looks as if it's the actual Cabal that have decided this.
Yeah.
To start messing with the timeline.
Yeah.
They are basically trying to change the outcome of the Red War.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want that.
No, we definitely don't. But
yeah, I mean, it looks as if the season's going to be based around Osiris and Saint 14. Saint 14, new character, big character in Destiny lore to this date. Obviously Paradox.
We all use that shotgun as well, which I think is hilarious. Everyone just got one.
Yeah.
There you go, have a perfect Paradox now.
The helm of Saint 14. And were we actually the Guardian who
gave him the shotgun in the first place? Well,
probably.
I reckon we are. I reckon that's the whole. I mean, it is all written in the lore, isn't it? There was a certain Guardian gave him this.
Yep.
So I dare say we are the Guardian that gives him the shotgun and decides that he is the greatest Titan of all time, even though I would disagree.
Does he then go back into his timeline to fix it? Or does he stay and be like, here's a Valhalla, I'm back, you no longer need to be the Titan Vanguard?
I reckon he'll have to go back and be like, he'll have to make things right again, surely, because you can't, like we said before, if you mix something up and it decides to him to stay, then it'll be like this whole big massive ripple will happen, and then we don't know who will die and who'll stay alive and stuff. But I don't know. I think they've always got it mapped out to certain degrees that we're not going to ruin the entirety of Destiny via one timeline. But I would laugh. But
so as I say, I just thought that may be useful background for anyone that hadn't watched the trailer.
Yeah. So obviously that's on the 17th of December. So we'll be saving him at some point during this month, thankfully. And then on the 17th to the 14th of January, we've got the Dawning.
I always like the Dawning.
So do I. I think it's a bit better than the what's that one called? Festival of the Lost. Yeah, because it's just a bit tedious, isn't it? Like this. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with the Dawning this time though, because there's
more
like
baking.
Yeah, baking. Yeah, baking more gifts with the Robin again.
Yeah.
To be fair, it feels like that was like a couple of weeks ago. To me.
It doesn't feel that
long ago.
Yeah, it doesn't but wonder if our little sleigh will still work.
Oh yeah, you bring out collections and you get some Glimmer again, because Glimmer's 250k now, so it'd be nice to have a couple of pennies drop every now and again.
Like, but it'd be cool.
No, but I've seen there's obviously you can get Sparrows now on Mercury, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And there's an awful lot of people speculating that Sparrow Racing is going to make a return this time round. So, I don't know if that's.
I don't really care.
Yeah, but I mean, if you
good crack.
If you have like a pinnacle reward for coming first in like 5 races or something, it'd be pretty cool. But apart from that, it'll probably be like a pinnacle reward from like it'll be like a Sparrow gear or something. That,
do you remember that?
Yeah, your Sparrow gear. You have like a certain acceleration and stuff, and yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool. But and then for Christmas Eve, they decided to chuck in Iron Banner for the crack.
Just in case you don't want to enjoy your next few days.
Yeah, well, we have spoken about Iron Banner as well, and I think there has been talk about them increasing the cap. So instead of 960 max cap, I would assume it would be 980, if not 970. And if anyone goes into Banner, well, I suppose on Christmas Eve you don't have that much light on top of people unless you have
12 days. So depending on how much the pinnacle gear push you up, I mean you're unlikely to be too high. Yeah. But obviously there are people that play the seasonal artifact flat out.
Yeah.
And will have a massive level.
Potentially 10. Could be a full delta above. But again, it's not as bad as you would expect it now to be, because you're currently at 965. Pardon me. And then
there's people at like 990.
Yeah, exactly. Which is stupid. So everyone's going to be reset once this artifact's put in. So we'll all be back to our normal base light, which will be like 952 basically for most people, I think, at the minute anyway. I think because it's
I'm about that. Maybe 953, 954 maybe. So
yeah, we'll see how that Iron Banner kicks off. But we've also got another Sundial, the Sun Eater Tazarok, which again is another Scion.
Yeah.
And then on the 7th of January, we've got the Legend Sundial coming in. So that'll just be the
harder one.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I wonder what Legend's going to be this time. So if they're increasing the cap, it might be 1,000.
Sure, they're not called Master this time.
Oh, well, that's the Legend, and then there's the Master one on top of that, wasn't there?
Was it?
Yeah, Legend was the there's bound to be a Master Sunday at some point, like, really.
Didn't see it there.
No, it's not there, but there'll have to be something brought in, like, you would expect so.
Yeah, you think.
But also on the 7th, we've got the Devil's Ruin, which to me looks a bit like a sidearm, but it could be a hand cannon.
I think it's a sidearm.
It looks like a sidearm to me.
From this angle, definitely looks like a sidearm.
And apologise if there is something out there about the Devil's Ruin that we don't know, but it looks like a sidearm. If it's another hand cannon, I mean, good grief, like how many hand cannons you gotta have? So after that, on the 28th of January, we've got Bastion, which is another exotic quest, and this scout looks insane. Like, you can see it. I think it's a scout anyway. It certainly looks like a scout. Could be an auto rifle, just very, very sluggerish auto rifle. But it's out on the 28th for. And I mean, with these quests, we don't really know if we can get them on the 28th and on the 7th. We don't know if they're obtainable, after a couple of weeks. But I suppose we'll see. And then we've got the Empyrean Foundation on the 4th of February, along with another Sundial boss called Inotam, Inotam. It's called Oblivion's Truind.
Yeah,
Truind. I mean, with these Scion, they all look like probably the Scion flares from the
where you would get the exotic. Were they exotic or legendary?
Yeah, they were legendary. The legendary mantles. Yeah.
Never really was a fan of those.
I mean,
they look similar.
They do. That's
Solar
the thing.
Arc and Void ones.
Yeah, they look very similar. So plus, there's another one there at the start, isn't there? There's the Nerul at the beginning of on the release day. Mm-hmm. So there's 4 of them. So he's the Hollow Voice, and then you've got Sky Piercer, the Sun Eater, and then Oblivion's Trian, whatever you want to call it.
You would guess that's Arc, Solar, Void.
Yeah, you would expect so. Empyrean Foundation, not too sure what's.
Well, the Empyrean Armor was in this.
Yeah, this DLC.
This DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this season.
Yeah, I actually managed to get it all.
Did you?
Via the Bright Dust, yeah. I got like 4 bits, and I was missing the chest, which I think was this week. And I could have bought the rest for 300 silver, because that's all I had left from that 1,000 we got from ages ago. But I decided just to go, do you know what? I'm just going to get it with the Bright Dust, because I've already earned the stuff in game. So that's on the 4th of February. And then from the 11th of February to the 18th of February is Crimson Days, which I never played this season.
Nah.
I know Phil and Addy, I think, got a few wee bits in, and Addy got the little love heart thing, which I want to get. The emote where you push the love heart towards people. Yeah, I want to get that. But if it goes into March, I mean March.
Hasn't even got March on there.
No, there's no March on it. Like, but I dare say that you'll have like the different difficulties.
Seems too long.
What do you mean? Between the 18th,
unless it means the start of March.
Probably does. I mean,
that's all of December, all of January, and all of February. It's like 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Was it? How long was this one?
80 days. Wasn't it?
Oh, that was around 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I thought it was 60 days for some reason in my head. But I think you're right.
No, it was definitely 80, because there was days that were 70, because I remember seeing 74, so it definitely was 80 something, or 82 maybe, I don't know, but I mean, even still, like, that's not too bad. Mid-March, or mid-February.
Mid-February, yeah.
Mid-February till the start of March maybe. Crimson Day. That's the last thing then.
It says, yeah, but you never know the man addicts.
Well, they added quite a lot of Iron Banners in this time round.
Yeah, that was to get people Pinnacle gear.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there is an increase this time round, then you might not really need that much. It might be 970, which is only a 10 boost.
I reckon it'll be 20, like.
Yeah, I mean, if they're keeping the Pinnacle gears to +2s, then you would have to give
people will fly up.
Yeah,
if it's +2s, like, people will literally be 980 by week 2 or 3.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if they're keeping all the master stuff at 980, then people could do it a lot quicker, because obviously we had to do the whole jump up to 900 and then the jump up to 9.
Yeah.
So, and obviously if we're all back down to base level, which say average is 952, 953, then yeah, you're not gonna be up there for quite a while, like, unless you do loads of the season, right?
Depends how many Pinnacles there are. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Like, true. If there are, I don't know how many characters you have, obviously that helps, but like, if you have higher weapons, I mean.
Yeah, right enough actually, because then
you just move them across.
I suppose you would do. The thing is, though, if you want your main character to be the top one, then you would want to do your.
Do it in reverse order.
Yeah, exactly. Have your well, for me it would be Hunter, Warlock, then a Titan. But people have like 3 Titans and 3 Warlocks and 3 Hunters. Like that's
people
just.
do that though, but I since this last drop, you know, since Shadowkeep, as you know, I usually have 3 characters, but
yeah, you've done nothing on either of them, have you? No, thing. No. It's quite sad, really, that you know the casual players are sort of getting.
It's not even that though. Like it's just, you know, real life got in the way, and that's it. There's no other way around it. Like,
but that is casual player though. That's the thing though. Like that is the definition of a casual player. Like you have other things going on, and I mean, especially like with work and stuff, you can't really be on constantly. Like that's just fact for everyone. But true. I mean, even when it comes to there's people out there like with me at the minute, I have no reason really to play Destiny other than raid.
Yeah.
And to be on with your mates, but obviously it's Christmas time.
You join a party, like you don't need.
Oh, I know that, but I mean, like I haven't really been on, and I went on there on Tuesday on reset to get the last bit of lore, which I think's bugged at the minute, which is great to hear. And to do my 3 survival games to get myself into Mythic 2.5, and I lost all 3 and went back into Mythic 1. So I think I'm gonna give up on getting anywhere near that because it would seem to be gettable this season, but I would need to play a lot of survival and win quite a lot of them to get anywhere, which is just not gonna happen for me. Like, actually, Messi's actually threw us the game entirely. He kept just dying constantly. So quite annoyed with that. But apart from that, there's no real. You would go on and play with your buddies, but again, it wouldn't be for that long because it's Christmas time for me, but for everyone. But I mean, for me, it's very, it's very busy. So I wouldn't even like go on for about an hour and a half, and even with the loading screens, and times you get about 40 minutes in there, maybe. If that, yeah, exactly. So now I'm on the old Xbox at the minute as well, so it'd be worse. Exactly. So trying to get on, I can't even imagine yourself, like, because like you're obviously needing to go on to do Pentacles and stuff, whereas I could do that.
I haven't been on the game in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so exactly.
I haven't been on it. Mm-hmm. The only game I've been on to actually bother doing is Fallen Order, because you don't actually need time.
Yeah.
You can run on,
do
you can go to a planet and do something really quick, and then go off again, or equally, if you have a few hours, then you actually feel like you're getting somewhere, whereas in Destiny I could go on and get the same thing 5 times in a few hours, and then I'm sort of sitting there going, well, that was a waste of a week. So
True. It can be very unforgiving, which is, it's just Destiny, it's just RNG really.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It's just random, as frustrating as it can be, and as many complaints we all had at some point or another. It is.
Well, I think this season I got quite lucky. I think I got quite lucky this season round. I think
it's been brutal. Like.
Definitely at the beginning, I was like, "This isn't working. Nothing's happening." And like people were like 10 light above me. I was like, "Well, how? What did you do that I did differently? Like, I've done all my gear this week, all my powerful this week. I don't know." It's like but
mine has been absolutely brutal. Like, same thing every single time. It's so annoying.
Yeah, that's.
But I think as well, like for me, that's a right kick in the balls. Like, whenever you've done all that, you do your Pentacles, you're like, oh, got that. Oh, now the week's done. Okay.
Well, I mean, especially now, like once you've reached 9, well, I mean, once you're past 950, your goal is to get the 960.
Yeah, and you can't do that without Pentacles.
Yeah, and if you do your Pentacles if you do your dungeon, you do your Master Nightfall, you do your Master
Nightfall.
Just
Nightmare Hunts.
Nightmare Hunts, yeah, and then I think that's it. There's only 3, and then obviously including the forest
raid.
Sorry, and the raid. Sorry, so technically it'd be 5 if you had the forest in there as well, so 4 without
there's plenty if you include the raid. There's like a few on the way through.
Yeah, but I mean, for any sort of solo player out there,
then no chance.
You're only getting your 3.
Unless you are, or
unless you LFG, of course, into your raids and stuff. But I mean, like that's a lot. But again, you can go through the raid, and obviously the loot pool for that raid's quite small.
It is very small.
You can only get 2 weapons in certain chests that,
or armor.
Yeah. So you're sort of limited to what you can get and how fast you can rank up throughout the week. But loads of people have got the 960 base, which is I know I haven't. I think I'm like 953 or something, or 955 maybe I got to, but with the artifact I'm like 97 something, which is great. But it's going to be annoying going back to like 950s and then having to, because I'm not going to get my what do you call it, my
Actual
lantern, like
Oh,
my lantern
lantern,
up to 20 levels. Like, there's no way, not within 8 weeks of it. Like, there's no way.
No, like, and as anybody in the clan knows, like, this season for me, in January for 3 weeks is a complete write off.
True, you're not even going to go on to do
I'm not in the country, so I won't be playing. Which is a bit annoying, but yeah, that's what it
Judy
is.
calls, really, like, that's the only thing. I mean, like, it's mad that the amount you'll miss in 3 weeks, though. It's crazy.
Is there much there? I looked through it. I didn't think there was massive.
Well, not for
away from the 12th to the 31st. I didn't think there was that much.
There's not really that much that you're gonna miss out. I mean, from the 12th.
Yeah.
So the exotic quest to when?
It's like the 7th, isn't it?
No, the Bastion one.
Oh, okay, it's on the 28th.
And then when are you back?
31st, like 3 days later.
We didn't miss nothing on then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a massive content gap where it's just the dawning.
So you're gonna get the dawnings, like pretty much the entire thing.
Now, the dawning is class. It is my favourite Destiny event. I love it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm gonna have to make the most of it at the end of December.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But then it goes away in like the 1st of January or something.
14th.
What?
14th of January. So it's here from the 17th of December.
Nearly a month.
Nearly a month of
Well, they're gonna have that.
Same thing for the Festival of Lost, though.
Yeah, it lasted forever, right?
Yeah, because it was. But that doesn't make any sense. But I mean, see, for the dawning though, because January is sort of included in with Christmas time, because it is just after it's the new year.
Well, I leave shortly before that finishes, so and I come back just before Crimson Days. So
yeah, well, Christmas Day is the 11th. It'll be the.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was the 2nd. Okay.
No, the 4th of February is going to be the new Sundial boss, and then the Empyrean Foundation. So you're not really going to miss that much. You're going to miss some, like a day or two of the dawning, and then you're going to miss the Bastion exotic quest drop. But you're going to get it, I would assume. If it's going to be like a weekly thing, then you're probably going to get it at the same time as everyone else. But if not, it'll be a couple of days later.
It looked like a lot of headshots to kill in that clip.
It did, but
was
once
it 5 or something?
But once you got that buff, it was just empty people. Was just nuts. Like,
it seemed quite fast.
Yeah, I want to see what the Devil's Ruin's all about though. But
apparently, I had a wee quick read there when you were talking. Apparently, it is a sidearm.
Oh, it is,
and it hints at the return of Shiro.
Oh, all right then.
Because of the colours in it.
Yeah,
like people suggest that it looks like him, and also he gave you like Trespasser. Is that what you called it?
Yeah, I think it was. Was it?
It was D1. I'm pretty sure it was Trespasser or something. No, that doesn't sound right to me.
No, it doesn't. But I think I know what you're on about.
He an exotic sidearm.
Was that a sidearm?
I don't know. Well, he had something to do with sidearm.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I had a very brief read there.
I think
apparently it had something to do with sidearm.
I'm glad it's going to be a sidearm, not a hand cannon. Because
Trespasser does not sound right.
No, it doesn't. It does not sound right at all. But I am glad it's going to be a sidearm, even though sidearms really aren't. Well, maybe I dare say what they're going to do for this one, because obviously they're going to change things around. Instead of having your submachine guns, your auto rifles. What is it?
Trespasser is a level 40 exotic sidearm.
It is.
Oh, that's right.
There you go. Yeah. So like I was saying, obviously you're not going to have your submachine guns anymore in your slots, because you might if you want to. Like
I dare say. Rise of Iron kit patched together by Shiro 4.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
See where I
was Trespasser.
But so with the new lantern, the new artifact, will be different things. Obviously you'll not have your bow, your hand cannon, you'll not have your fusion and your submachine gun reloaders and all that sort of stuff. You'll have different ones. Scouts and pulses for anti-barrier, if that's. I mean, they are still in it, because you seen in the trailer the Cabal had the overload thing on it. So it could be anti-barrier as well, but we don't know. But I dare say they'll change that about to pulses, scouts, sidearms would probably
sidearm would make sense,
because of the exotic quest now, and along with Bastion being a new scout, I think. But I suppose we'll just have to see what happens with the new exotics and stuff. I hope they're good, because I'm not gonna lie, the exotics in the last, like Leviathan's Breath, was all right. It was good fun.
I barely used it,
but it's not something that you would have in your arsenal.
Sorry, Deathbringer. I'm talking about.
See, I like the name of it, but
I think it looks unbelievable.
It looks unreal, but I did enjoy it. But I think again with
where does it fit in?
Yeah, but I mean, you've got like that meta where you had your Recluse, if you had it, your Izanagi's again if you had it, and then your Wendigos again if you had it.
Or Delirium.
Yeah, or Delirium. And that was just it. You know, you had those. That was your thing, and if you had anything in your third slot, you're just like, what's this guy doing? What's he playing at? Like, why? You know.
True, like.
And it does make sense that you would have a Wendigo in there for obviously if you're picking up lights, orbs of light, left, right, and center. You'd be just chucking it into the boss, whatever, like whenever you can. But it's a bit fun playing about with the different thing. Obviously, having that meta and then releasing all these exotics in, it's like, well, it's just sort of, it's nice to have. It's good. It's good to tick off in the box, you know. But
it was like Izanagi's was never much use until this.
No, that's the thing. Like with the hone shot and stuff, that I don't understand why. I mean, just with the catalyst and stuff, there's obviously it buffed the damage, you know, dramatically, and then you have your impressive darkness grenades as well, which they just destroy everything. You just put it onto a boss, you just headshot it or rocket launch or do anything with it. But I dare say with the new lantern, they'll have solar grenades will be a big thing with it because of the solar update for the subclasses. But I think they'll have. I don't know if they'll have oppressive darkness as such, but I think they'll have something like solar burn, where it's like you chuck your solar grenade and it does the same thing as oppressive darkness does.
Good.
But even because they had the what was it, Arc and Void.
Well, solar is the focus.
Yeah, but then they had Arc and Void though, so they're gonna have to have one on the back again, because they can't have just all solar.
No,
for one season.
Well, you never know.
Well,
they could do. But
that just means no one's ever going to use like Void or Arc unless it was, you know, that week you had to get your powerful gear from it. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I suppose we'll just see what they do with the season, because.
Well, if they put like that oppressive darkness stuff on the solar grenades, where like, I mean, the Titan one was melt.
What one?
The
one on grind.
The grind one, yeah.
What do you call that?
I can't remember. Like a firewall grenade or something. I don't know what you call it, but
no, it's the void wall.
I know the void wall grenade, yeah, but it's
thermite grenade.
Thermite grenade. Is it thermite?
I don't know. I think so.
I don't think it's thermite. No, it's not thermite.
Okay.
Maybe it is. I don't know, but you can tell we've been playing Destiny for years and we still don't know. But I think like obviously if you like melting point something, if you have melting point on along with your
oh my god, yeah,
along with that as well, you got your grenade in the front. I thought it was like a spider. It wasn't. There's nothing there at all. So you know you shoulder charge them with your what do you call the exotic legs for the Titan?
Peregrine.
That's the one. The massive damage right off the bat.
I haven't played Titan in about 3 months, and I'm pulling this out of thin air.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I did a little thing there to jog your memory, but you chuck the nade down, you do the melty thing. The amount of damage you're gonna do if that is oppressive darkness grenades type of thing, like. But I just think that it's a lot of fun being able to mix and match things now.
Hunter's throwing knife could potentially have, like the melees could potentially.
It'll be a one hit kill anyway.
But only if you charge it.
Yeah.
So stupid.
I know, but you might get like a little buff thing in your lantern where it's like.
And it's not like you can go pull it out of their corpse either.
No.
Whereas like you hit them with a hammer and you can be like, here, I'm just gonna pick this up and go again.
But you do get it back if you headshot kill them.
Oh, do you get it back?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah. So
although the charge time is bloody ridiculous.
Yeah.
Unless it's really short.
Yeah. But then again, they've also decreased the radius in which you can pick up the hammer too.
Oh no, they made it bigger, did they not?
No, I thought they decreased it.
Oh, they made it smaller so you had to get closer?
I thought they did. Oh no, is it maybe did they increase it? Did they? So it's just a lot like you can just like walk in like 50 feet away and just like pick up.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they.
Is it increased?
I could have sworn they made it bigger.
Oh.
Because I remember reading that going on. So you get to throw it, kill in one shot, and you don't have to go as close. But
oh yeah, you did. Sorry, you did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And then
so there you go. Then
something else is more likely to hit you above as well.
The hammer. Whenever you do the RT move, it goes up higher. Yeah, the burning maul.
Yeah, it's gonna hit you up above as well.
Good, but I mean that even at the minute, like I could jump full warlock jump and still get killed by it. Like, you know, hunters are gonna get killed left, right, and center by it.
It's gonna be the most broken.
Titans, I think, are gonna be the ones that can get away from it.
Just go the other direction.
Yeah,
just
pretty much.
Don't kill me.
But I think with PvP and stuff, with the new solar subclass, is gonna be hellish, but it'd be good fun for Titans and Titans alone. But
almost literally.
I think now with everyone's done this like thing where they've wanted all the void and solar
Yeah.
armors and stuff because you get different affinities now, which is probably the most infuriating thing.
Although you'll be well set up.
I'm not.
I thought you had loads of the solar and arc and stuff now.
I have loads of arc.
You never know. This might be your time.
Well, hopefully, if like again, we don't know where they're gonna lie. Because obviously, if submachine guns are being taken out, we don't know what's gonna be put in the solar one now. Could be sidearms instead. In which case, I'll probably not be using that anyway. Arc, I hope it's gonna be a lot of scouts because I have a lot of arc stuff. But if they chuck out void completely, then all my current armor is just put in the bin for every character. Because
it gives you something to do.
It does, but at the same time, like effort, man. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of time and effort being put into the game where it's not the most generous thing.
No.
You know, and if you can only do the dungeon again, I hope the dungeon is still going to be a pinnacle gear.
It has to be.
I hope so because it still drops masterwork gear as well. I hope that's still a thing.
I think so.
Because you'd be dropping down there and then you'd be getting, I don't know, like void arms. You're like, oh, that's class. I can't use them. You know. But again, we don't know what's going to happen with the Lantern of Osiris. We don't know what's going to be put into it.
That is the dodgy part.
Yeah.
It's like if that comes out, we were like, I don't know.
You're going to see all the blank
Oppressive
things.
fire or something.
Yeah.
Grenades and, as you say, like, you know.
Then you got to work to get them again.
That's true, yeah.
You can't just buy them off the bat again because you have to work to get your 12 power doppers in them. So you're still screwed from doing the majority of things, like, but
still, it'll keep. It's one of those things that keep you busy if you have the time to play it. Like, oh well, not super busy, but I mean, if you have 10 to 20 hours a week.
Yeah, that's solid play time.
Although in fairness, that is like half a week's work.
It is.
So
trying to get that, it's like every night you'd be having to play. And then if you're
3
free in
to
the
4
weekends,
hours a night.
if you're free in the weekends, you could probably do about half of that.
I know, but that's a long time not to be doing stuff. People at the weekend.
Well, 5 hours a day. You can do it in the morning. You can do the rest of your stuff in the.
If you got up at 8, you'd be leaving the house at 1.
Yeah, pretty much all your day there.
Never happens.
No.
So if
you start at 8, you'd be leaving your house at 7, and you're like, oh, huh.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah. Which is a real shame. But I mean, there's plenty of there'll be loads of stuff to do. So we're gonna be set, I think.
No, I'd agree. I think.
Hopefully you get on a good bit though, even before you leave for.
Well, I'd have to because if I don't, then I'm sunk. But
then again, it doesn't really matter because like even with this one, you didn't get the level cap. Not many of us did, and they're increasing.
Not like anyone did.
Yeah. So and they're still increasing it. It doesn't really matter. It's just more your seasonal artifact you need to get up.
I don't understand how people got it if we didn't. Some of us would play every day. I don't understand that.
Oh, it's pinnacle gear, like
just unlucky drops, like.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It seems as if all the streamers have it. It's just so weird.
Well, I didn't do the banner there last week. I just had too much going on, so I just couldn't get on even for an hour or two. Wouldn't be able to get on.
Yeah.
But with that banner on Christmas Eve, I probably ain't gonna get playing much of it at all. It's Christmas Eve, like
Christmas week.
Exactly.
Right after New Year's Eve.
Exactly. I think I'll maybe get on for one day between the Christmas Day and New Year's.
I will not be playing Iron Banner whenever I'm on.
That's true. You hate Iron Banner.
It's not even that. It's like I don't mind Iron Banner. It's just whenever it gets to the point where
the level.
I haven't been on enough. Oh, well, there's no fucking point in me playing this.
Well, again, it is quite close to the new like the reset. Like it is 14 days after reset, so it's only 2 weeks after.
Yeah, but 2 weeks of absolutely flat out playing will get you 15 levels in that artifact.
If someone is 15, if someone is, say for talk's sake, 995,
yeah,
by then good
that's
grief.
Incredible. Like.
Good grief. Like.
But when did that guy hit 1,000? It was quick.
It wasn't quick. It was like 8 weeks in, 9 weeks in. It was.
It wasn't. There aren't even that many weeks.
There were. There was
like,
12
your
weeks.
man was not only 3 weeks ago. He was like halfway through the season.
Was he?
Easily.
Jesus. Well then, but that's one guy out of like however many million play Destiny.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Like,
and all he did was go for the power cap.
Yeah, and you're not gonna be. Yeah, there's no way. No one's gonna be that high playing Banner. I mean, maybe 10 levels above you, which would still be annoying to come against. But see how the sniper or the headshot, you'll be fine.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I suppose at the end of the day, he's get your bounties done, get out.
Well, I know for the first couple of days, that I'm on. It might not be on the actual day that it's out, but I'll certainly be going on doing as many bounties and as many things that you get me XP as possible to get my season rank up. But
that's what people are sure be doing now. They'll just be banking bounties, won't they?
Again, I think they're taking them off again. I don't know what's happening.
Well, they don't get rid of all of them.
It's only the ones like
planetary bounties stay or something, don't they?
Planetary bounties, and I think the gunsmith ones stay.
Okay.
I think. And crucible bounties as well, I think, stay. But
I really don't care. Like, I'm not the type of person that really bothers that much. Like, it doesn't really impact my gameplay. So
I'm just gonna sort of cruise through this one. I think, see what it's like. I am looking forward to it.
If people run out, it's because Bungie have put enough in to keep most people busy.
It's the casual players, I think.
Not the super hardcore people that are on every single day for 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours. The streamers are on literally all day.
Yeah.
You know, those sort of people may run out of stuff to do.
They run out pretty fast, I think.
Yeah, but then you know what? See, when it comes in and there are complaints, well, don't play it as much.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Like, I wouldn't say going on and only raiding would be a complaint of mine. It's just that I would
like to raid though.
I would love a good raid as well, but I think like I can still go on and do the pinnacles and stuff. Like I could still do that to get the 960.
Yep.
Or 960, and it's just at the minute. I think it'd be different if we were still in October.
Yeah.
I would be doing that, but the fact that we're in December now, and I did say before that, you know, come the end of November and pretty much all of December, I'm not good on that much, and it's just happened. Like I have said, I haven't been on that much. I was on yesterday, like I said, to get the lower thing, and I think I went on Monday afternoon, I think, to do the last. Again, I wasn't on that all that week. Bless you. All that week, and then you get the cold.
No,
hope not. I wasn't on all that week, and then went on Monday to do my 3 survival games, and that was horrendous. So
that'll do you sort of thing.
Yeah, so that's literally all I've done, because it took me about an hour to do that, just between loading screens and stuff. So yeah, I haven't been on an awful lot. So just is what it is, isn't it?
No, that's it. Like, sometimes there's more important things to be at, as you say, such as.
Well, certainly Christmas shopping has taken over the majority of the things these days.
It's just what you want.
I hate it. It's probably the worst thing. Well, we have spoken about Christmas, and I dare say in the next upcoming episodes we'll probably talk about Christmas as well.
Oh yeah. Like, we have to have our traditional one, like, for sure. But either way, I think we'll call that a part, and we will catch you again in part 2. Welcome back to part 2. So part 2, obviously, we do our what's trending. Talk about the boys first.
We'll talk about the boys, because the other thing is quite fun.
Yeah.
Not that the boys isn't. It's just we watched the teaser trailer there. When was that? Oh dear, we totally going mad there.
Was my mouth?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That must have been like residual sneeze there.
It came out. When did that come out? Did you see when it came out?
29 minutes before I showed you.
Oh, so it came out what, an hour ago then?
Yeah.
About an hour and 50 minutes ago. So yeah, we watched the teaser trailer. A lot of stuff happens.
Yeah, it's very explosive.
Very graphic.
Like, it's one of those ones that if people like breaking stuff down scene by scene, that is the one to break down scene by scene.
And we're not doing that.
No. There is a lot of like blood and clips, and it shows you the characters.
A lot of new not new faces as such, but just new new hairdos.
A-Train's alive. It shows you Starlight in front of cameras with all the flashing going off like she's a celebrity in her new suit. Yeah, it wasn't like the old one.
She's embracing the new suit.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see the bottom of it. It could be a skirt again.
Probably not.
Shows
you Huey get punched in the beak.
Yeah. A lot of blood.
Blood's
just going everywhere.
Shows you I can't remember her name.
Who? Maeve?
No.
Which one?
She was called the girl for a while.
Oh, Kimiko,
that's it. Shows you her with like knuckle dusters on.
I know, yeah.
Shows you like Frenchie and
Mother's Milk.
Yeah. I was thinking, it's really weird.
Double
I had Big Baby in my head. Mother's Milk.
He's certainly not anywhere near a baby, like.
And then it's just there's so many clips. Like it's just like you see like what looks like a new soup using like force push.
Yeah, pretty much. It looked mad, didn't it? It's like full kinetic. Just go,
Yeah, and then as you said, it shows Queen Maeve and Black Noir seems to be pretty big. It shows you the Deep going through what seems like some stuff.
Yeah, well, he shaved his head in the last one, didn't he? And then and then he's like, he's probably gonna do this new. Cause could you imagine if he's the super villain or something? I'm gonna get all my wheels on you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grow legs and stuff and walk on land.
but it looks class. Like I that series was a slow burner to begin with, and then
it just got like
went.
It's exploded. It exploded after Transition exploded.
Yeah,
pretty
like
much.
that,
Yeah, it was crazy. But no,
such a good show. Like.
I'm looking forward. There's no release date of it. It just says 2020, didn't it? In the end.
Yeah. So you'd assume sort of mid 2020.
I reckon maybe May.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like around May.
No, I think May is probably the date that it'll come out. If not, maybe that would be April.
I'd say mid. I think you're probably right.
Yeah, mid-May.
Looks good. As you know, we're fans of that. The Boys is great.
Yeah, we just finished the series like last
A few weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
A few weeks ago.
Which is mad, and the new season trailer's out already.
Yeah, we obviously were a bit behind on that.
We were.
But good show, all the same, and yeah, looking forward to that.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Like.
And then the next trending thing that we've got going.
Go ahead.
Want me to tell?
You can do it.
Well, because it is, that time of year. Advent calendars are
Yes, they're out.
the big thing. Everyone wants one, but everyone wants chocolate ones. But not Clarky and I. We want ones we can play with, like the dildo. No. So the Star Wars one, the Star Wars calendar is out again this year, and
Can we just talk about the background?
of what? Doing the
Advent calendar.
What do you mean the background of it?
Like the background, like.
Oh, I thought you meant how unreal is that, by the way? Do you not like it?
No, it's shit.
Oh no! You don't like it?
It's just dark.
Yeah, it's dark and ominous.
How much better was the Star Killer base one?
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, I still like that. It's still, I quite like it.
It's just like October, whatever you call it.
I don't know.
Batch 2. I think that's it.
I think it's all right looking. I think I quite. What is it you're on there? You're on Jay's Brick Blog.
Yeah. I just don't think it's good.
I just like it because it's dark and like
But
night
you can't
sky.
really see the dark things.
You can't see the dark things.
Anyone that doesn't have one of these will understand why in a minute. Why I think that's annoying. So like, first of all, can we also talk about the tabs? How much easier are they to open?
Oh, I know the little.
It's perfect.
The little thumb.
They are so good.
You just put the thumb in and then you go flick it and then it opens. It's unreal.
So good.
It sounded terrible in my head as well.
Like I'm so happy with how they open, and I just wish the background was slightly more festive. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, maybe, but I just like dark things. I like the space and the fact that it's got all the like. Yeah,
it just seems really lazy.
It does a little bit, but I do like it. I do enjoy it. But I think the up until today's one, which is the 5th of December, wasn't that happy really.
See.
I liked the first one, and then after that it was crap, and then the 5th one.
We'll go day about. So day one was the First Order Star Destroyer, which is very flat.
You can tell what it is just by the shape of it, but again, you would prefer it to be a bit higher.
The back of it's cool.
Yeah.
Now, for anyone who doesn't know what they look like or what we're talking about, I highly suggest you go on Jay's Brick Blog, which is JAYS and then brickblog, all one word, .com, and just go on. Have a flick around and you'll find the advent calendar. You can even see previous years to see what I mean about how much worse the background is, in my opinion, this year.
Oh, yeah.
But the Star Destroyer I thought was, you know what it is.
Yeah.
But it's very flat.
Yeah, I would prefer to be a bit higher.
Flat.
Yeah.
But obviously that is what they look like.
It is, but I mean, they are a bit more bulky. Whenever they're like, obviously, if you've seen the full Lego version, it's quite big. But trying to do one in a wee tiny one is quite difficult, I would say.
But he obviously, as I say, like he does this every year, but he also does a lot of Lego in general. He does say here it is the first time it's ever been in. The First Order Star Destroyer has been in the calendar. Yeah. So he's quite happy with it.
I liked it. I just, again, like you said, it was just quite flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy to build. They're all easy to build. Like, but what do you think of the second day?
Liked it, but as we will talk about in a moment, I had improvements I thought were quite simple and would have made it a lot better.
I just don't.
Not a fan.
It was alright. Wasn't really much of a like. None of them up until today have been like, oh, this is gonna be so fun to build.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could sort of see what they. You can obviously see whenever you open the door, you can see what they are. And I was like, meh. Like it's just. It was alright. It was okay. But I mean, you can get them anywhere. It's just because it's got different things on it. It just has Kylo Ren. It's just.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's still kind of cool though.
Still haven't told them what it is.
Do you want me to tell them?
Yeah, you do. You do even. So I'll do yours.
Okay. What, like we do in the podcast?
Yes.
Okay. So it's Kylo Ren's command shuttle, which again, it's just.
I think it looked good, bar the fact that
it doesn't look good.
it needs the black hinges on the wings. Why are they grey?
Yeah, it just looks like every other what would you call them? The tri ones that they used to have, the one with the little wing at the bottom, the little fin at the bottom. It just reminded me of that without the fin.
So to me, I just think it needs to be
the black rims. I would agree.
Yeah,
I would 100% agree there. I think it's a bit silly that they didn't do something like that because, I mean, you would know what it is. Yeah. But you'd be like, it's not exactly what you would expect it to be. You would expect it to look a bit. I mean, it's to me like some of them. I appreciate the fact that they've went through and done like a full, advent calendar stuff. But to me, I think if you're doing that, you should even paint some of the things on it. Even though, like, not paint as such, but just have that bit on. Just make that Lego part have the black fin on it.
Oh, I get you.
Do you know what I mean? Why not just have it for that specific thing? Because you're probably never going to build one like that, like a wee tiny one like that ever again. So just do it for the advent calendars.
And plus, they give you some like cool little pieces that you sometimes don't get,
like unique ones
in other sets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got this next one.
Yeah. So day 3.
Oh, it was a doozy that, wasn't it?
It was like basically built. It was a first order stormtrooper. You put the legs on the body and
my head wasn't in my hat.
My head was right in the hat.
Mine was not. I lost the head. Lost the head with it.
But
I just called it a hat.
It was literally just. It's just a minifigure. Minifigure's always good to get.
Yeah, but I think the more like, how many stormtroopers are you gonna get? Like,
I think we're pretty sure I had a few of those.
Yeah, exactly.
But just your standard wee guy,
There's a wee blaster as well.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I feel that was a bit meh.
On the third day, I think, I mean, I would expect it'd be nice to get him maybe in like the 14th or something stupid, just because it's like halfway out. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Whereas I think having the people are gonna say like, well, you got the first order Star Destroyer and all, that's class. Not it is cool, but again, it was kind of meh. But having those two being sort of underwhelming at the beginning, and then to have a minifigure stormtrooper, I was like, dear God. And then we're done talking about the stormtrooper now.
Yeah.
Because it literally is a stormtrooper.
That's all it is. Yeah.
And after that, I was expecting something unreal because the first 3 days had been a bit.
I always expect a weapon rack after a
stormtrooper.
And thankfully there wasn't.
Yeah, but it was worse. It was. I like the weapon racks though.
Do you remember the year, or maybe you didn't get it the year, where the background was the Ewok?
No, I don't think I had that. I think I had 20.
One of the weapon racks
17.
was like an Ewok house. It was amazing. So good. I'll need to show you. In fact,
that's just so lucky.
You let's talk about that. I'm gonna see if I can find.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about what we got in day 4. First of all.
Okay.
I don't even know why I'm even giving the light of day really, but it's basically a blaster, but it's as he says here, an FWMB-10 repeating blaster.
Yeah.
And it's basically just a standalone blaster. You could probably put it on some bigger figures. Maybe you could put it on as just as a thing, as a gun randomly if you wanted to. But it was the simplest of builds ever. It was just all these. It was just literally just pipes into each other, and then that was your blaster.
It was like
the blaster was already made. It was all you had to do was extend the barrel, and that was it.
I think I found it.
Did you get it?
Yeah. So like that was one. It was really cool, right? Now we just see the next day. Like a Ewok village.
Oh man!
And then the next day you got an Ewok.
Ah!
Isn't that
I
class?
love Ewoks.
That's so good.
That's class.
And then after that, there was a little catapult, an Ewok catapult.
Oh my god.
It was honestly, this was, and then a Stormtrooper, because they obviously fought each other.
These are already in, like, oh my god.
Look how much better that Star
How
Destroyer
much better
is.
that Star Destroyer was.
Yeah.
That's so silly. Like, I feel bad that no one's getting to see this.
No, but like, as I say, just there's him from
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah. How unreal would it be though, if we had a Baby Yoda? See, now that's cool, but I prefer the one we got later.
It was better too.
Yeah.
But
I think like if we got a Baby Yoda in obviously we're not going to because it's impossible. Yeah. If we got a Baby Yoda in this one, I would.
We have one of those.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they do that every so often, which is quite cool. There's the ion cannons from Hoth.
Oh,
that,
my god, that's unreal.
Was really cool. The Viper probe droid, everyone's just like a sort of standard build. The weapon console standard build. Like that was one.
R2-D2 the reindeer helmet.
Just wait, do you see it? Do you see? Right, wait.
That's cool. That. Oh,
isn't that so cool?
God,
it's Santa C3PO, and Day 23. For anyone that doesn't know, that hasn't seen this, is a lightsaber sleigh, which is so cool. There's 2 lightsabers inside, but that was 2015 one. So I'd suggest you go and look at.
I think I had 2017 at the time, but yeah, like I think at some point I'd probably go and buy the rest of them.
If you can, like they're just.
I would build them all there and then, so but I need to have somewhere to put them. That's the thing. I need to have somewhere to put them and stuff. But yeah, that repeating blaster on day 4 was just not a.
No, it was okay. It was fine. Like
it was not fine. It was not fine, Clarky, because I was not happy. The first day I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's nice to build. I know what it is. Put it down and that was it. Second day I was like, that's kind of cool, but again, a few adjustments would have been nice.
Yeah.
Third day, Stormtrooper was like, this is just going downhill, isn't it? And then the fourth day, I was like, yep, I'm done. And then today I opened it, I was like, woo!
So, day 5, I'm just going to call it what it is first, and then I'm going to call it the actual name. Mm-hmm. So, it's Poe Dameron's X-Wing, which is called Black 1. Mm-hmm. So...
What are you laughing at that for?
Just stupid name.
Black 1, Black 2, Black 3.
But the reason it is called that is because he is Black Leader. Yeah. So it's his call sign.
But how unreal was that?
It looks so good. Like
it's quite big as well.
Yeah, it is. It's really long. Yeah. And it is so flipping good. Like
how simple it is as well though. Like it's stupidly simple.
I just can't express how good this is.
Yeah.
There every so often in one of these builds, as you say, like that Millennium Falcon, for example, that was in last year or the year before.
Yeah. It was class.
It's just like whenever you build it, you're like, oh, this is unreal.
Yeah.
So good. But like even like the Snow Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Friggin' unreal. Mm-hmm. But this, because it's also fairly new and quite relevant. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Would strongly suggest if you look at nothing else, you just look up this just to see what they've done with what 20 tiny pieces of Lego, if even.
Yeah, it was so. I just couldn't believe the amount that came out. To be fair, I was like,
you open the bag, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
Like,
I was like,
falls out.
I was like, how many things are there in this build?
And then, so good.
But see, whenever you see the picture, like, oh my, I can't wait to build this.
Yeah.
Can't wait to build this. And then whenever it's built, I was like,
this is so much bigger than I expected. That's what she said. But you know what I mean? Like I was expecting
half the size.
Yeah, like the actual nose
is massive.
Is honestly.
It's whenever I put so you know whenever you get the little black bit that's the base. You sort of build off the black bit that has where you can put all the little wings on. That bit there, and I was like, the 2 orange bits there. It's gonna be that big. Yeah. Put it on. I was like, oh my god, it's just massive.
Yeah.
I was like, that's huge. And then it's as wide as it is wide.
And you can like fold the wings. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's so good. You can fold them to like attack position or flight position.
Yeah.
There's a little white dot used to represent BB-8.
Yeah.
You know, like oh, what
I was so happy with the build.
It was such a good build.
That in itself, I think, has redeemed the entirety of the last 2. I'd say maybe.
I think if ever now I know a few things are in it because they're on the front. Like they spoiled quite a lot of it, but
yeah,
if that was the best of the lot, I think I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Because it is so good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so happy with it. Just so happy.
I think that, like I said, it's made up for the last two with the blaster and I mean, I don't mind getting a stormtrooper, just not that early. Do you know what I mean? But I think with having that blaster, just so sort of like I don't know. It's like,
some of those though are like the weapons racks are like meh.
But I like the weapons racks though.
But what do you do with them?
They're weapons racks.
You just put them away, like you
don't put them away. You have them out there for your stormtroopers to get all the weapons from.
But either way, like whenever we do these, because depending on the day we record, we may have more, we may have less. You know.
Yeah, we'll not have 5 the next time. I don't think.
You'd be surprised.
Could be Monday.
Could be realistically, we may end up finishing after Christmas because we're not going to be recording on the 24th.
Ah, yeah, because obviously we're going to have to pre-record some of these for you going away. You're leaving me again.
But we'll definitely get it done before January. We will get the last few in, so you guys know what it is. But yeah, jaysbrickblog.com. Give it a look, see what you think. And we will end part 2 there, folks, and we will see you in part 3. Welcome back to part 3. So in part 3, as we promised for the last few weeks, we are going to talk about End of the Effing World, season 2. So anyone that hasn't seen season 1, quick catch up. Basically, kid thinks he's a serial killer. He meets a girl called Alyssa. So his name's James. He meets Alyssa, who basically wants to rebel a bit as well. They run away, sort of burn bridges with their families as much as they can. Get into like lots of trouble and adventures and stuff, while James is trying to figure out how he's going to kill her, to be his first kill. And then he actually starts to fall for her. She falls for him, and some guy basically, they break into his house to live there for a bit. He comes home, is basically going to rape Alyssa. James knifes him in the throat, kills him. Whole big police chase for a few episodes. After they clean up the house and try and get away with it basically. Whole big police chase. They eventually catch up with him, and James gets shot.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the series. And I think that's it in a really, really simplified way of putting it.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, spoiler alert for all that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter.
No,
we're on the second season now, so it doesn't really matter. But, I mean, we didn't know he got shot until the second season.
Oh, but you heard the bang, like,
we
but
did.
You assumed he got shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't know where, though.
No, I thought it would have been like his leg or something. It was
way
worse.
Yeah, it was like in his abdomen to the left hand side, but
it seemed to like almost like knock his hip or something, or hit some nerves or something.
Yeah, do something.
But that'll all become clear in just a moment.
Yeah, so we watched 3 episodes. So
yeah, we know we said 2, but I don't think I could have left it at 2.
2 was very difficult. I think even at 3, leaving it at 3 was very difficult too. So I think I'll just read the first episode summary.
Yep.
And then we'll talk a bit about that, will we? And then
it was a quietish episode.
It was just like an introductory episode.
Yes,
so newly released from prison, a brooding young woman named Bonnie sets out to avenge the death of her lover. And yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happens. Like,
I think we could summarise from that, honestly.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
she was under the impression that the guy James and Alyssa killed was in love with her. It sort of shows you how her upbringing was very strict. She was basically abused, I think you could say, by her mum.
Yeah, she was.
That she had to go to university. She was made to eat like lipstick because she bought lipstick and all this sort of weird stuff. Yeah,
we don't actually know if she bought it. It's just that she found it.
Definitely bought it. Well,
she's not working.
You don't see her really have money. Well, anyway, that's a lot of assumptions there. But basically,
I doubt her mum, being that person, would give her any money. Over her dad, right enough. Yeah,
her dad's a bit more soft, but
he was nice.
Well, until he left. But it sort of shows you her going through life. The struggles she sort of has. Yeah. She fails her exams. Tells her mum she got 3 A's. Even
she got 2 U's
and an E, which is obviously fails. So she gets a job in university. So she isn't technically landing her mum whenever she says she's going to university. She was a librarian. She starts sneaking into psychology classes. The guy basically tells her not to come back. She takes a shit on his poster
and his book,
and then he's like, okay, come back, providing you have a drink with me once a week, which very quickly turns sexual, and he basically says the first time they meet that he thinks he could fall in love with her.
Which completely grips her in, like, doesn't it?
Yeah, like she's all in. He then basically by the end of the episode is telling her, by the way, I can't meet up tonight, so we'll have to do another night. When she goes to see what's going on, there's another girl there, and you see him do exactly the same thing, close the blinds, all that sort of stuff. She confronts him. He tells her, oh, she's trying to say I did this, that, and the other with her, and I didn't. I'm going to get in trouble. And then it shows you her knocking her over in her car and then ringing the police and then going to jail.
Yeah.
And then she finds out in jail, she writes like a letter to the guy.
Was this all in episode 1?
Yeah.
Jesus.
She writes a letter to the guy. Wait.
I don't think it is.
She goes to Alyssa's house at the end of episode 1. Knocks the door, it opens, and then it ends.
Yeah, I think the prison thing's in episode 2, isn't it?
Oops.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much like the entirety of the...
That's what happens when you watch 3 in a row.
Yeah, it's difficult to...
I have very blurred lines between episodes right now.
Yeah, well, the first... Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty much what happens. Like, but I'll read the thing for the little summary for the next one, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just as Alyssa claws her way back to a semblance of a normal life, she discovers her past isn't done with her yet. So that's whenever we see, obviously, James.
Yes, it flicks between Alyssa and James in that episode.
Yeah.
Are you sure the jail is not in that first episode?
I don't think so.
Because she screams and then...
She's like, oh!
But then does the episode not end?
Yeah, it does end. Maybe she
when
does
she goes to the house, I'm pretty sure the jail's in that first episode.
We should be watching things.
It's all Alyssa part 1 and all James part 2. And it just comes to the same point.
You're right, yeah, you're right. Sorry, you're correct. Yeah.
Right, so back to my point about the jail. So, she's in jail because she knocked this girl down. And she writes a letter to the guy, and it gets returned to sender. And we know why it's returned, because we've already seen him get stabbed in the throat and die in season 1.
We forget that he sends her a book in jail saying that it's happened.
That's so key.
Yeah.
He sends him a book that says,
It's
happened, I love you.
Clive.
I was going to say, it wasn't Cliff. Clive. So he basically says that, so she thinks that he's in love with her, even though he's not. It's just so obvious. He basically gets her thinking that. Then, whenever she finds out, she screams. Episode ends in jail.
Yeah. That's all episode 1. You're right. I buggered it. LOL.
Alright. So season 2 starts with Alyssa, or episode 2 starts with Alyssa and James. As you say, Alyssa has some sort of semblance of normality. She sort of shows that. Well, episode starts off with her in a wedding dress, and she's like, I'm getting married young, what the hell, basically. Then, basically, shows you her story, so she got away with community service for her part in it, and all that happened. So she does her community service, her mum breaks up with a fella who was basically...
Tony.
Abusing her, was he?
Yeah, that's the reason why she's a bit mad.
So, essentially, she breaks up with him, doesn't really handle it very well, and they go and live with her half-sister, as in... the mum's half-sister.
Yeah.
In
a very weird, not English cafe.
No, it's so random.
Yeah.
I'm getting feels of Sex Education mixed in.
I haven't watched Sex Education.
Well, then you won't understand that. But like, it's sort of like American English. It's weird.
Okay.
But that season's coming out soon too.
A new season?
Yeah, season 2. But anyway, so... as you say, she gets a job in the cafe, meets a fella, and does all the very Alyssa things, which is like just jumps into everything head first. And never really seems to be that happy, even though she's just doing things for the sake of it, you know.
Yeah, and the fact she just got away with murder as well.
She didn't kill him.
No, she didn't, but
and it was in self-defense.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so she basically finds a guy, starts going out with him. Sitting on a bonnet, tells him everything. He's like, cool, do you like fajitas?
She's like, yeah.
Yeah, alright then. And then she's like, do you want to get married?
And
he's like, yeah, alright. Cool.
And that's
and
sort
then
of it.
They sort of get married. That's like the lead up to it. And then basically the day before the wedding, she sees a car everywhere. Like, who's that car? Whose car is that? Don't know.
Who did you think it was whenever you seen it?
The girl.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I could have sworn it was a car she was driving.
Or was it grey?
But see, I didn't remember.
Oh.
So like, I was like, maybe it is. I didn't really think anything of it.
For some reason, you continue.
But as soon, right? But anyway, it's gonna all come clear in 2 seconds. Anyway.
Yeah.
She sees eventually. She confronts the person in the car. As soon as it reversed, I knew who it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the car tries to reverse and it crashes, and then the door opens and it's James in the car, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Well, it doesn't just randomly open. She opens it.
Door gets open. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then it starts with James's story, and James's story is considerably worse.
Yeah,
I'd
100%
say.
it is.
It's quite sad. So obviously we see him get shot. He gets shot sort of on the left side of his near his hip, maybe, around about there.
Yeah.
Basically, it's taking away his ability to walk, considerable damage, etc., etc. His dad's making a lot more of an effort. You know, he's under basically police surveillance. You know, this is James is under police surveillance all the time until his trial. Shows you him learn to walk again. You know, a period of time, all that sort of stuff.
And he's in a wheelchair for the entirety of the time.
Yeah. Then Alyssa's mom comes and is basically like, right, I need you to write her a letter and tell her that you don't want to be with her anymore, and because you're no good for her, basically.
Yeah.
So he does on them quite subtly. So after that, he learns to walk again, as we say. Him and his dad become like mates. It's quite nice to watch that scene.
It is, yeah.
Until they go bowling, and his dad gets a strike, starts celebrating. He then bowls, and his dad just drops in the background, dead of a heart attack.
You could say he striked out.
Nice.
Struck out.
Damn it! Nice though. But yeah,
I was going to say he strikes out, but then
it works too.
It does, but then I didn't say strikes, did I?
No. But so he dies basically.
Yeah, very sad. I was expecting it.
Him and his dad. Oh, sorry. Biggest part of it. James gets put forward for murder. He gets away with murder, self-defense, and a suspended sentence. But he's not guilty for the murder and self-defense. Mm-hmm. But he is done basically for his other misdemeanors, so he is on a suspended sentence, which I think is going to be really key.
Yeah.
Coming later on in the series.
Yeah.
So basically, he starts living in his car after his dad dies. He doesn't feel like he can go into the house because there's too many memories and all that sort of stuff. Decides he gets a bullet in the post. They both get a bullet in the post that has their name on the bullet.
When Alyssa's is spelled wrong.
She's like, how can I be scared of someone who can't even spell my name?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, James gets one, decides time to go see Alyssa.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we see him basically following her around in her wedding dress, all that sort of stuff. And then the episode ends with him opening the door of the car and saying hi, and her being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's basically episode 2.
Really, really good accent there as well.
Was it?
No.
Oh.
Terrible.
I actually thought it was alright.
No, it was horrible. So I'll read.
What you doing in my car?
I'm in my dad's car. I thought it was really bad as well. His dad to get a new car.
Oh yeah, and he tried to get money,
and he wouldn't give it, take it.
Yeah.
So in episode 3, and after an awkward encounter at the cafe, Alyssa wakes up on her big day with nagging doubts about what she wants from life. This episode was kind of slow again, I thought.
You could almost sum it up in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like, it was just after they see each other. Have a chat, and she's like, "You can't. Why you here?" sort of thing.
He wants to tell her he loves her.
Yeah. They go out, and he's literally got nowhere to stay, and the woman's like, "Can I take you where you're staying?" He's like, "No, it's okay. I'll walk."
Yeah.
And then Alyssa's like, "Are you living in your car?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh my god!" And then he's like, "You can stay in the cabin." So he goes stays in the cabin, and then obviously she says to him there that you can't stay here. You'll be gone in the morning once your car is fixed. And he's like, "Yep, okay." And he sees a picture of her and your man, Todd, I think his name is, in the mirror, because obviously they've done an awful lot in the cabin, because that's the only place that you can do it apparently. Got woods around you, like, but you know, cabin's the comfiest place. So so he sees that she's obviously told him that they're getting married the next day, and he's sort of like,
Can't remember what she said.
Yeah, it would be
something like that.
It was pretty much like that, and he's just sort of sad that the next day she is getting married.
He's just like,
yeah, she's getting married at this point. He's like,
yeah.
Oh well, then I guess that's that.
Yeah.
So she's obviously away to the church. It's a church, isn't it? They're getting married.
Yeah. It looks like one. Something like that.
She's being walked down the aisle by her mum.
What happens there?
What do you mean?
Explain to me what happened there, because I wasn't sure. She says something to her mum, and her mum grips her arm.
Oh, she was like, "Am I making any mistakes here?"
Oh, what she said?
I think so. Am I making a mistake? And she was like, "You what?"
Oh.
And then she's like, "Nothing." And then she grabs her hand, and all, because I think she's grabbing her mum's arm quite tight, not really knowing what she's doing. But I mean, I don't know what age she is. She's obviously 19, is she? So, yeah, getting married that young's pretty mad.
What'd you say? Getting married is pretty maverick. Getting young.
No, renegade or something.
Renegade. Yeah. Oh, and then it's like my mum's paying for it with a divorce money, which is pretty maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she goes down, and they are faced with one another, and then
you don't see what happens.
You don't see what happens, yeah, because
I didn't know his middle name was Alan.
Yeah, and then that was it. It's like, do you take Todd Allen Phillips? I think his name was, wasn't it?
Don't remember.
As your lawfully blah blah blah, and she was like, I don't know. I
don't
know him enough to know his middle name was Alan.
Yeah,
and then you see him driving somewhere, I would assume, because
he's home. I think he's just going home.
Is he going home?
You'd assume so.
And then obviously she's just like, whoa!
Very ghost.
Yeah.
Just there.
It's like the girl in the white dress. Yeah, it's like there's an actual thing in America that has a road.
Yes, we went through that.
Yeah.
Didn't we on Haunted Stories?
Yeah.
On this?
Yeah.
Or did we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Girl in the white dress. And then she's like, hello. And then...
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, it's good to hear. And then eventually it comes to a point where...
They go to the cafe. Get their car towed.
Oh yeah, they go to the cafe. That's right. They go to the cafe.
She's like, take me home.
Yeah, they're like sitting there, and he says about just running in the cafe, and the
waitress like, were you really gonna run?
Yeah, were you really not gonna pay?
That was it.
No.
Like, no.
Yeah.
There you go.
Keep the change.
Yeah.
She's like. Because it was whenever he says about just want to do a runner, and Alyssa was like
in the first series.
Yeah.
And
Alyssa was like, if you don't pay, the waitress comes out. Yeah. And he was like, oh, and then the mum was like, it's true, It's like, it does. We have to pay for everything. And he's like, oh.
We're held. It's not responsible. It's we're held. Something.
Is that what she says?
Yeah. It's like we're held responsible.
It basically is what you're saying there, but so she's sitting there like a cup of cappuccino, just like, are you seriously going to not pay? And then slides the 20.
10 and 20 quid, whatever.
I couldn't believe she just left that burger and chips. I was like, whoa.
She didn't touch it. No. And he barely touched whatever the hell that was.
Quiche or something maybe. I don't know what it was. It looks disgusting.
Yeah.
Big slob of quiche. But yeah, so they leave the cafe, and the car's being towed, and she's like, oh no! She gets really angry. And then what happens after that? They
talk about the letter in the cafe.
They talk about the letter, but he doesn't say that her mum.
He's like, I'm really sorry, and all.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he just tell her?
I think it was more because she's sort of got to this normal life now. She's in a wedding dress.
She stood on a bridge.
Yeah.
She didn't think she was going to do herself in.
No, I don't think she was. I think it was just.
She stood her tiptoes and all.
I know, just to see down the thing. That's all it is. Yeah, I don't know. But she was just like, oh, it's fine, it's okay. And he was like sitting there saying, no, I want to tell you I love you. In his head, he was saying this sort of stuff. But so the car gets towed, and then they go to the place.
400 plus VAT.
Yeah, they go to the place, and the guy's like, it's 400 plus VAT, and we don't have 400 plus VAT.
And she's like, we don't have that. We go get it. Get yourself a real job.
Yeah. She was like, I'm sorry. We're just married, and we're trying to save up for a honeymoon. We don't have that sort of money. He's like, no. Was it 400 plus VAT? And then the guy was like, can I at least get my dad?
He's in the
he's dead.
He's in the car. And the guy's like,
huh? Goes, not his body, his ashes. And he's like,
the safe there then.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, can I get him? And then I'll come back with the money. And he goes, so you're saying he's safe? What? Yeah.
He's safe where he is.
Yeah. So you can come back.
Yes, I suppose.
You can come back, get him later, and bring the money. He's like, alright.
And then your girl's like, "What time do you close?"
Yeah, 5. Okay, we'll see you then. And then they leave, and then he's like, well, I don't have 400 plus VAT. She's like, neither do I. And then he's like, oh, what's going to happen?
Wire
Like,
cutters.
yeah. She's like, we'll come back after 5.
Yeah.
And she brings out the wire cutters and all.
Funny, like.
And then they're sitting there. She's like falls asleep. Well, they're talking away and like waiting for the guy to leave. Basically, the guy's not really doing an awful lot. He's just wheeling tires about the place. And then he leaves. He locks up and stuff. Then leaves. And then
Back.
yeah, he comes back with security with the jacket on. Says security on it. Yeah. So he comes back, and they're like waiting on this. Like broken seats and stuff.
Car seats.
Yeah, car seats out in outside the fence.
Yeah.
She sort of falls asleep, and he sort of leans over and puts his jacket on her, and he's like, "I love you," and then she's like, "What?
It's time to go."
Yeah, he goes, it's time to go. And he's like, "Right, okay," and they go down, cut the thing, which is a lot of cutting for the. They didn't really seem to be very subtle at all, did it? I was just like, just make sure to cut this bit. Yeah. So they go in, finally grab the car, start it up, and.
What's he doing? It's even hard to explain what he does. He like drives it up to
so hang on. So there's a gate in between him and leaving. So they've got the reception area where you have to go out and you have to pay for your thing.
Just right in front of the gate.
Yeah. So they've got the gate and it's locked by like these big padlocks and whatever it is. And he's like, she was like, yeah, the wire cars just aren't going to cut through that gate, so you have to drive through it. And he was like, what? And then it comes to the point where he's like reversing. He gets up and then he drives towards it and just slows down and just doesn't even.
He just touches it.
He just nudges it, yeah. And just like,
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, because what was that?
I didn't want to draw attention.
I didn't want to be loud.
It comes straight out. And he's like, well, that worked.
yeah, that's right. Then he reverses the whole way back, and then he manages to undo the lock and all, and just rams the whole thing. Yeah, I think it's so funny. So after that, they're on the road. They've stole the car basically. So that can also come into the whole misdemeanors thing.
See, I thought about that and I was like, is he going to report that as stolen?
Well, yes, because it's still his job.
But they were talking about there was no sign. Well, there was a sign.
True, right enough actually, yeah.
Illegally clamped.
True, and they said they play plus VAT as well, which is...
That's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, for him it could be £400 for to get your car back after...
It's about 480 quid.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, like.
Yeah, so...
But you can't charge whatever fee you want.
True, but not illegally. So they leave and they're driving through... He doesn't say it though, does he?
It's like a street.
Yeah, it's just a road, isn't it? Just a road, and then they come to this hitchhiker, and she's like, "We should stop," and he's like, "Stop what?"
You don't want some weirdos picking her up. Somebody literally kill the guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right enough. Actually, wouldn't have thought about that though.
I thought about it. It was like we don't want some weirdos picking up. It was like done for murder, done for whatever the flip she was done for. You know, like
yeah,
it's just quite funny.
So they see this hitchhiker, and they drive up to her, and she's like, "You alright?" And then she's like, walks over towards the car and just peeks in,
who it is.
And it turns out to be Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie, who wants them both dead.
Which is kind of weird. To me, the actual TV series feels like a Bonnie and Clyde type of English Bonnie and Clyde type of thing.
Interesting.
But we don't know what happens yet. Obviously,
no, not yet.
Obviously, they're not going to drive off a cliff, I would assume anyway. But
what a finish! That'd be so bad.
Literally is at the end of the world, like for all of them. But yeah, so we can only assume now that Bonnie gets into the car and murders them both. No, there's another 5 episodes.
It could be a very similar. She could go on the same story arc as James did, which was wanting to kill someone, but then she already has killed someone.
Yeah, because of a lie.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't seem to be.
She won't know about the tapes.
Yeah, true. She won't know about anything that he had done. And it's just interesting to see now what happens between Bonnie, and Alyssa, because obviously they had both been, Bonnie had been sort of, but it was consensual, so, between him and her and Clive, whereas Clive tried to get along with Alyssa, and it was not consensual at all.
No, not even sort of.
So, yeah, interesting to see what happens with the tapes and stuff, because I obviously don't know about them, so we'll see what happens with it in the next couple of episodes. Again, we don't know how many we're going to do now after.
Well, yeah, we knock us out in 3 weeks, like.
Yeah, you could probably watch the next 3 than the last 2, or the vice versa, just do a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the series. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but
Yeah.
but
Baguette.
Baguette.
You're right, Jose.
But
Baguette.
been watching too much Chernobyl.
Baguette. What are you on for dinner? Baguette. Cheesy baguette.
For a second, I was like, "What is a baguette for dinner?" I thought it was like a Russian meal.
Cheesy baguette.
But
So I'm gonna finish it. It's currently 12 o'clock. So.
oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
But all in, I'd say it's not for everyone, but I enjoy it. Like, it's a good show.
Yes, no, I agree as well. I enjoyed the first series, so I'm glad there's a second one. Randomly there's a second one, but I'm glad what they've done with it.
Yeah.
So
And they've made it a very smooth lead in.
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I would agree.
So yeah, all in, I'm pleased that we've started it.
Yeah, we've got 3
yeah.
episodes in, so we're sorted. We're fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll call that an episode, folks, and we will catch you next week.
See you later.